I first saw this young lady at Knuckleheads in Kansas City about 12 or 13 years ago, and I've been a fan ever since. Joining us from the UK, I'm pleased to welcome back to Tangled Up in Blues the lovely and talented Samantha Fish. Samantha, how's everything going across the pond over there?
It's going great. We're currently on tour and have been performing in the UK. We got like 10 shows here and then 8 shows in Europe and the Netherlands and Germany, and it's been going really, really well. Yeah, our audience over here is just, enthusiastic, and they're lovely, and they know the songs, and they're hip to the material, and it's a great time every time we get to come over here. It's about once a year, once every 2 years or so, and it's just it's really nice for us.
Well, you've assembled quite a celebration for us. November 8th at the Robbins Theater, a 30-year celebration for RUF Records. You're bringing a bunch of very talented friends. MITCH RYDER will be there, Canned Heat, Bernard Allison, GHALIA VOLT. Damn! Educate us about the whole RUF Records legacy and how this tour came about.
Well, RUF Records has been around. It's their 30th anniversary. Thomas Roof, gave me, my personal start. He gave a lot. He's given a lot of young artists their start. And older artists. He's one of those guys that just like he really is, a great force in our blues community and our industry. And so this is our opportunity to get to celebrate that music machine that is RUF Records. But I know Thomas got his start with Luther Allison, who's Bernard Allison's father, when he was overseas for some time and put out records for Luther and just started kind of building his record label. And, so it's really cool that we can all come together as a collective of artists that have been, touched by the like that we've our lives have been touched by the record label, and we get to come together and kind of celebrate the variety of music and, the stamp that RUF has put in on the blues over the years.
Yeah, very well said. Very well said. For you personally, nothing happened overnight. You've worked so hard. I am so proud of you. Like, you need me to tell you that, but lots of road miles and late night loadouts. And here you are playing the UK. You're known throughout the world now. It's been a lot of work, hasn't it?
It is a lot of work, but I can't imagine doing any other type of work. This is the kind of work that I'm made for. So it's, it is a lot. And sometimes you're like, oh, I don't know if I can keep going on these crazy extensive tours, but I can't really imagine doing anything else. And I feel like, it's my calling, and, we have the opportunity to go and play in front of people, which is a blessing in the music industry. It's really competitive, really difficult. So, I definitely don't take it for granted that I'm fortunate to be where I'm at. And, it's a lot of hard work, but there's also a little bit of luck involved. And there's, I feel like it's been kind of an interesting ride for me personally.
I love Death Wish Blues. I played the hell out of that album on my radio show. Album you did with Jesse Dayton, of course. You received a Grammy nomination last year. It just took off, man. Did that surprise you, the success of that album?
I don't know. I felt like just the collective force of Jesse and I, together got people really engaged in a way that we both have had success with our own career. And I feel like there was just a momentum building, and this collaboration that I did with him was just something unique and special. And also, it was going to be limited. We both have solo careers that we knew we had to return to. So this was just something kind of like a brief collaboration together that, I don't know, just kind of marked a special point in time for both of us. And we worked really hard on the record. And I think, both he and I were so incredibly proud of it and the music that we made. And the fact that it got nominated for a Grammy was just kind of a cherry on top of what was already a really great year. And, and then we went to the Grammys. It was cool. It was it was pretty special. And I think he and I both were pretty humbled and, you know, kind of, I don't want to say surprised, because that makes it sound like you don't feel like you should be in that number. But, you know, it's something you kind of always have in the back of your mind, like, well, maybe this one will get the attention of that.
Right.
You know, and then you just kind of move on whether it does or not. But it was pretty nice to be recognized by the, you know, by the Grammys. And
Seriously,
thanks.
well deserved. Hey, you have a whole lot of new buds you've been hanging with since we last talked. Slash, Eric Clapton, Kenny Wayne Shepherd. You're not doing too bad for a gal from Kansas City.
I know. It's just been kind of a weird, wild whirlwind of a year. And I think, you know, the Grammy thing started off 2024, and it's just been kind of the snowball effect ever since. You know, the Slash tour was great. We got some opening slots for the Stones. We opened for them at Jazz Fest in New Orleans, one of the many acts that opened for them at Jazz Fest in New Orleans. And then we opened for them in the Ozarks. And yeah, I mean, the Clapton Crossroads thing that was something that I've always wanted to be a part of that event. And so it's just really grateful and humbled to be invited. And yeah, it's been nuts.
You are the prime example of hard work does pay off. And anything that comes your way, it's not because it fell in your lap. It's because you worked for it. And it's very, very impressive to see. And, you know, I always say expect the unexpected with Samantha Fish show. You do soul, blues, high energy, rock, ballads. You can do it all. Do you enjoy reinventing yourself?
Yeah, I do. I feel like, you know, you know, as an artist, we're all really, you know, artists are multifaceted, right? You know,
yes.
I think we all have influences and things that inspire us at different times. And so it's kind of nice to be able to go and say, you know, I'm really feeling this direction and I want to chase it down. And I want to have, and to have that freedom to be able to do that is pretty wonderful, you know, to have a team that like understands the artist's agenda and wants to help you execute that. And, you know, to bring it full circle, it's kind of nice to get to come and celebrate RUF Records in that way. And you know, because Thomas gave me my start in the industry, and it's like a nice way to kind of honor that, because he was one of those record labels who gave me the freedom to be able to reinvent myself. And I think it's done wonders for me just on a personal level, to feel like I could make the art that I wanted to and needed to at the time. And, you know, and I think it's also done wonders for me professionally, because it seems, you know, that people don't mind the hard left turn every once in a while.
Give us a preview of what you perceive the celebration to play out like. I'm not sure if you started rehearsals or anything, but will there be a lot of sharing the stage, a lot of jamming with all the artists? What do you perceive it to be?
Well, I think the show running is going to go kind of like GHALIA is going to start as the one woman band. She's going to play, yes. And then Canned Heat take the stage, and Bernard Allison is going to take the stage with them at some point, and then we're going to play, and then at some point MITCH RYDER is going to take the stage with us, and then I'm sure there's going to be some kind of you know, chaos ending, which will be fun.
Very well said. Very well said. Samantha Fish, the door is always open for you over here at Tangled Up in Blues. We got a night out coming up on November 8th at the Robbins Theater. RUF Records 30-year celebration starring Samantha Fish and a bunch of extremely talented friends. You can get your tickets exclusively right now at robbinstheater.com. Samantha, great tour in the UK. Be safe, and we will see you on November 8th.
All right. Thank you. Sorry, my phone started acting up. I appreciate it. Bye.